This episode of Tekzilla is sponsored by Netflix. It's March 14th, 3/14. What are we talking about? Pi Day, people. An annual celebration of all things math and the wonderful things it brings us. I'm horrible at math, so we're going to celebrate Pi Day by pulling out the good old Raspberry Pi. We're going to show you, actually this is really cool. There's actually a new custom bootloader, lets you boot multiple distributions from one SD card.
Very cool.
And it is stupid easy to install. Go to not the Raspberry Pi website, which is a wonderful read, but let's actually scooch right over here to, there it is. Not rechargeable batteries. Look, I can press on a tab. BerryBoot, berryterminal.com/doku.php/BerryBoot, or just search for BerryBoot Raspberry Pi on Google. It's really easy. You download it, you unpack it to an SD card, you drop the SD card into your Raspberry Pi, and boom, you get this, the BerryBoot menu editor. And what it does is basically lets you add operating systems. That's, well, this is one of the things of what it does. You can be like, okay, Debian, OpenELEC, which is essentially a Xbox, Puppy Linux, Sugar. And once you choose one, you click on it, you download it, and then it adds it into your list of items. So, do you want to see Puppy or OpenELEC?
OpenELEC.
OpenELEC, all right.
Like OLEC. I like this. So if you're new to it, or you just want to experiment with a bunch of different OSs on the hardware, this might be the best way to go?
Yes.
You could load up a card with all of them at once.
You could fit a lot of Raspberry Pi distros on a single SD card.
Very cool.
So, boot.
I'm just getting started with the Raspberry Pi hardware. I have a friend who gave me some information about how they're using the device to create a signal generator for use with HDTV calibration.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? It's got a Broadcom chip in there, and it's got the CPU to drive it. It could very well be that. It could be just about anything. So that's what I'm currently using it to experiment with, is check it out in terms of how it could be integrated into home theater. And of course, lots of people are using it for media serving devices as well. I'm curious to know if it has enough hardware to really be an effective media server.
Well, I can say that it does.
Horsepower.
We can always use more horsepower.
Always.
But in honor of Pi Day, I'm going to take the Raspberry Pi Challenge this week while we're talking about ARM processor horsepower. Can I replace my work desktop with Raspberry Pi running Linux for a week? We'll let you know next Wednesday.
I think
it's going to be exciting. And look, OpenELEC running.
I'm also surprised too, for small hardware, it seems to boot and respond pretty quickly. And that was one thing that kind of made me smile.
Brings us back to good code. Let's take a moment to thank one of our sponsors. Coming up next, HD Nation. Netflix, people. If you haven't tried out Netflix, it's time. There's more than 26 million people using Netflix around the world. Netflix is the world's leading internet subscription service for enjoying movies and TV programs. What does that mean to you? You got a couch, you got a phone, you got an HD TV, you got a Blu-ray player, you got an Apple TV box, an Xbox 360, a PS3, and Nintendo Wii. You can enjoy the glory that is Netflix. Seriously, as a Netflix member, you get to instantly watch as many movies as you want, anytime you want, for one low monthly price. Television shows too. You want to go through an entire season in one night? You can do it, and you're not going to wake up with a terrible credit card hangover. No late fees, no due dates, a single low monthly fee. Now, if you're a new Netflix member, because you're a Tekzilla viewer, we got a deal for you, a free 30-day trial membership. Go to netflix.com/Tekzilla. Do us a favor, sign up, use that URL, netflix.com/Tekzilla, so that they know we sent you, and trust me, you will be hooked just like I am, and Robert is, and Veronica is, and Roger is, and Michael is. We all pay out of our own pocket for Netflix. It's awesome, people. Netflix.com/Tekzilla.